Hello everyone and welcome to the Crestron Technical Institute. In this video, we will discuss device management and communication using Crestron AV Framework. First, it is important to know that a Crestron control system running Crestron AV Framework operates much like a custom program running on a Crestron control system. We will cover basic IP, CrestNet, serial, CEC, and IR control in this video. In the Device Management menu, we can add or remove compatible devices into our AV Framework system. In this example, we start off with a few IP devices already added. Let us walk through adding an IP-controlled Crestron device. Go to Add Device and select the device type you want to add. Depending on the option you choose, you may have multiple types of device control options available. We will use an occupancy sensor in this example. If we select an IP-controlled model, we can see that an IP ID is required. If we choose a CrestNet model, we will need to select a CrestNet ID. When adding an IP device into AV Framework, a unique IP ID must be used. Think of an IP ID as a pairing ID that will pair the added device into the system. You can use any unique value from 03 to FE in hex, but each value can only be used once in the system. After you define the IP ID, you will need to manually add the same ID into the device, which in this case is an occupancy sensor. Let us do that now. When you choose the IP address in the device you are pairing, use the IP address of the control system. Now that the IP ID matches on both sides, we will activate our system. Once activated, you will see the status has changed to online. This is how you know that an IP device is online. To add a CrestNet device, the process is similar, but does not use Ethernet. Let us add a CrestNet occupancy sensor as an example. Notice how the range of possible IDs is 03 to FE in hex. Note, this is a unique set of IDs dedicated to CrestNet and is not related to IP IDs. When choosing a CrestNet ID, you will need to match the device ID that the device is set to, which you will need to use Crestron Toolbox to define. Next, let us add an IR-controlled device. We will use a Blu-ray player in this example. Notice that we need to make sure the control type is set to IR, and we need to choose the communications port to use. There must be an IR port available for use in the system to choose from the list. This list will grow as you add more devices that have available IR ports. In the next example, we will add a CEC-controlled device. In this case, we'll be adding a display. If using CEC, the display we are using must support CEC, and it must be enabled in the device. CEC is generic serial control that is built into HDMI. We can choose the default input as well as the communications port. Since CEC is built into HDMI, these are representative of HDMI ports. Lastly, we will add a serial controlled device into AV Framework. Note that this Samsung ED serial display driver is only here because we loaded it in ourselves. There is a dedicated video in this series that will walk you through adding custom drivers. Just like the other communications types, we will need to choose the dedicated serial port for this to work. Once all the devices are added to the system, remember to press the Activate button to activate the system. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos from CTI.